Hi, I'm Dr. Millie Dierix, and in the last video we saw that we are living in a crisis and that the only way we can anchor ourselves is through knowing ourselves. So in this video I'm going to show you the exercise to determine where you are, where you stand, and what you can do about this. Okay, it's the finding of your purpose. So this crisis, what it's doing at an energetic level, it's cleansing the whole past history of humanity. And something I have noticed is that all the problems we have had in the past are sort of manifesting at the same time. The pandemic, the aggression, the war of countries, all these problems that we have had as a humanity are all there for us to be able to heal whatever we need to heal. So everybody's being confronted by their own histories as humanity is being confronted by its own history. And the idea here is to have a clean slate, to clean everything out. And the only thing that can hold us in place during this time of crisis, of turmoil, is knowing ourselves. And this is like a beacon that we're going to have with our own values. So, as a humanity, we need to rescue what's important for us. And the only way we can do that is knowing who we are and what we stand for. So we're going to get that beacon in the center of our hearts. And we're going to let go of all the rest. Okay, so the exercise is as follows. I made one of these cards to make it easier for you. First, it's an exercise in purpose. So step number one, there, I think that's more visible. Step number one is using our felt sense to find the value, the core value we represent. And if you don't remember the felt sense, you can go back to the video where I taught that, and I'm going to teach it again a little bit, and we're going to use that to determine our core value. Number two is connecting to the wisdom of the heart. Why? Because the heart is where the soul embodies us. So we have to put that core value in our hearts, in our center. And that's going to be the beacon that's going to guide us through this whole thing. Then, step number three, we're going to visualize a world in which this value is paramount. It's actually working. Because that's our goal. When we visualize something, we put our goal there. And as I said in the last video, the loudest voice, or the one with the more adherence, is going to be the one that prevails after all this mix-up. So as long as we have a clear goal, we can share it with other people, and we can find our tribes, and we can do this team effort. But first we have to know who we are, where we stand for, what we stand for. Okay, number four, the actions I can do today with what I have and what I know towards this goal. So for example, if I visualize a world of peace, from what I know and what I do, what can I do from my little perspective, from my life? Well, being a therapist, I can work with people's inner peace. I can help them find their peace. And if you're at peace inside, you will not be aggressive on the outside. That's a well-known fact. So every one of us can work towards the goal of bringing forth this reality we want manifest from our own point of view, from our own doing, from our own work. Okay, so these are the four steps. Number one, finding your purpose, using your felt sense to determine your core purpose, installing it in your heart, visualizing a world in which this is paramount, and then knowing what actions I can do to further that goal. Remember, it was this center, which is the vision, this center, which is the emotion, and this center, which is the action. So what are we going to do? We're going to put the three together. Now, truth in today's world is a difficult concept because we are seeing that different stories of different people are prevailing, which lets us see that truth in itself, the truth, is not real. So we all have our own truth. And we all have that to which we adhere. And the thing that this teaches us is that we are the creators of our reality. Because I get to make up and I get to believe whomever I want and the version I want of the facts. And only this is going to make us really know that we are the creators of our reality and that we can change it. Just look around you, how many different versions there are just of COVID, just from the presidents and the scientists and the religious people and all of us who are into energy. There are so many different points of view. And just this issue lets you know where you stand in this whole thing and what is your truth, what you vibrate, what you resonate with. Okay, so step number 1, using your felt sense. And I had showed you this list of values. You can look it up in the internet or you can just make up yours. And what we're going to do is, with a list in hand, we're going to ask our felt sense, which is the ones I resonate with. And it may be a lot of them, so we're going to check the ones we resonate with. So, for example, I close my eyes, I find my center, and I ask my body. I just say the word of the value. I'm going to start here. Peace. And my body moves forward, which means I resonate with peace. So I put a little check on peace. Equality. Yes, I resonate with equality, so I'll put a check in equality. Love. Definitely. Strong one. Okay. Love, I'll put 2 checks because it was a very strong response. Justice. Yes, strong response also. 2 checks. Environmentalism. Yes, check. Service to others. Yes, check. Okay. And I can do this list for all of them. Let's see. Patriotism. No, patriotism is not one that moves me. Perseverance. Yes, perseverance moves me. Okay. Fitness. No, fitness doesn't move me. So when I have my list and I have all the checks, then I'm going to ask my body, which of this is my core value? It's better to have just one. The most important one to me. As you can see, I resonate with a lot of them, but many of them go hand in hand. So I'm going to ask which one is the strongest one for me, my core value. Okay? So, perseverance. No. Service to others. No. Interesting. I thought that was going to be one of the strong ones. Environmentalism. Not my core value either. Okay. Justice. Okay. Not my core value either. Love. Okay. So I have my core value now. My core value is love, and I resonate with all of these. But if you notice, they all go hand in hand with love. If you can love everybody, you will love peace, and you will love the environment, and you will love being of service to others, and you will love being perseverant in your quest. So they do go hand in hand, and my core value now is love. So step number 2, to close my eyes and bring my attention from my mind down to my heart. It helps if you put your hand on your heart. And then take a few deep breaths, just feeling your heart. Now I'm going to ask for a symbol, an image, a word, or a color that represents for me love. I'm going to open my mind to see what appears, without my mind interfering. Okay, and I see pink light. So I'm going to take that pink light and install it in my heart. I'm going to see my heart surrounded by this pink light. And let the feeling of love expand from my heart to all of my body, to every single one of my cells. And then I'm going to let it expand out of my body into my field, which is about an arm's length all around me. And I'm going to see myself surrounded in this pink light, feeling the love and floating in the love. And then I'm going to visualize a world in which love is a supreme value. What would it look like? What would people be doing? How would it feel? And I can just visualize myself in this world, going out into the street, how I would greet people, how they would greet me back, what would be happening at the global scale. Being love, I'm reminded of the song by John Lennon, Imagine, that for me signifies a world of love. So I can just imagine this world of all the people living in a brotherhood of man. And if, for example, for you it's a song, you can always listen to the song and install the song in your heart. It can also be a sound. It can be anything that comes to you. And once I have that image of the world, how it would be where love prevails, where love reigns supreme, then I will ask my heart, ask myself, with what I know, with what I have today, with who I am, what can I do in the world to further this goal? I'm a therapist, so I can treat others with love. I can treat them with compassion. I can listen from the heart. And I can teach by example, because if you do it, the other person gets to do it too. They get to follow the example. So that's something I can do today, now, with what I know, with what I have. And then I could even visualize myself furthering these goals. For example, looking for my tribe, looking for other people whose value is love in different walks of life, and making a team with them. And I can help myself with the other things that I was resonating with. For example, people who love the environment and who are working to save the environment. People who love justice and are working to further justice in the world and equality and peace, because all of these are my values, not my core value, but my other values that I can resonate with and I can make a team with. So when I can get into all these teams from my perspective of being a therapist and being this loving presence in the life of others, I can be a good, productive team member for them too. Okay, so this is the exercise for these times. Have your core value really, really strongly within you, so you always know this is my beacon. And everything I see in the world, even if I watch the news and all the news is bad, I can always connect back to my heart and see it from that perspective. And the perspective I have chosen to see this whole thing is like a clean slate. If we're all cleaning everything that we had not resolved yet, it's because we want to bring forth, or at least I want to bring forth, a world where love prevails. So Each one of you is going to do it with your own value, and in the next video I'm going to guide an exercise. I'm going to leave it really vague so everybody can fill in their own value. Okay? Thank you.